We're going vegan in 2020. I'm going to show you some of my insights and personal experiences on how to crush plant-based dieting in 2020. Coming right up. This is Tori from Tori Eats Vegan, and I'm trying out a different video today on my channel. I'm going to be talking about how it is to be vegan in 2020. So let me just start with my story. So I started vegetarian in September of 2018. It's hard to believe it's been that long. It's crazy. When I got started, it was literally cold turkey, no pun intended. I just jumped right into it. One day I decided I didn't want to eat meat anymore. It wasn't really one of those life-changing spiritual things that I had. I just had seen other people doing it and I just wanted to give it a go. That's kind of how I've always been in my life. I always just jump in with 2 feet and just hope for the best, and I can always correct the mistakes later on. I really wanted to try this out just to see how it would make me feel and how the lifestyle is. And so I became vegetarian in 2018. Literally, I ate meat one day and the next day I didn't. And it was fine. It was fine. I wasn't never really a big meat eater. It did take a little bit of adjusting, you know, just having to learn different foods to make, because in America, it's a lot of like meat in 3. So you get your big protein, steak, chicken, whatever, and you have your starch and you have your vegetables and all that stuff. So I was always brought up that way in the South, just, you know, eating that way. So it was in that sense, it took me a second to learn how to, you know, buy things at the grocery store, what snacks to eat, how do I prepare my food. So I did that in September 2018, and then in January of 2019, I decided to become vegan. It just was an easy transition because I'd already given up meat, and all I had to do now is give up milk, eggs, and cheese. Which sounds like it's easy, but it's not. I thought it was gonna be easy, but there's so much stuff. There's so many foods that have egg and milk in it. You would like the simplest stuff. So that is how I got started being vegan. It came naturally. Cheese was probably my biggest thing to give up. After I got over that hurdle, it was great from there. I would say there is a lot of resources available now. Even seen from just a year ago when I started to be vegan, there is so much products out there now. There's so much readily available food. Like when it comes to fast food, with the Impossible Burger coming out last year, and there is just so much stuff that's readily available for vegans now that are coming out in the fast food world, like plant-based chicken burger, AOC, that's awesome. And when it comes to grocery stores, I know like in my Whole Foods, there's so much different vegan stuff that literally says vegan on the package for like hot meals. Like, you know how they have that hot deli area? They literally have like, you know, fried tofu and all kind of different salads and, you know, vegan mac and cheese. It's like there's just like so much available stuff in the grocery stores now. I just did a review video talking about all the vegan mac and cheeses that are local to me in my area, but it was literally so good. I'll link that in the description box and in the tab right here somewhere. But yeah, it's just it's really awesome that companies and brands are beginning to realize that vegans do exist, and it's not just a little minority anymore, that there's actually a market for vegans, so that you don't have to prepare everything from scratch. Even though it's super great and awesome to make your own food, it's kind of not realistic, at least in my life, to cook everything from scratch every single day. So it's cool to have those products out there that you can make really quickly, that you can pick up from the store, and it makes it simple for that vegan who just started out to still have some of those familiar things where you're like not overwhelmed by having to, you know, learn all these recipes and figure out how to make everything at once. Definitely needed to get my kombucha. And today I'm drinking Kavita Master Brew Pineapple Peach. So good. This is not an ad. I just drink kombucha all the time. Gosh. Ooh. All right. Let's get back into it. I also feel like in 2020, veganism is no longer one of those fad diets that you see. I know for the longest time, people would literally ask me and say, why are you not eating meat? Like, it was like a weird thing. And it's been so underground. And with the strides that the community is making to bring veganism forward, it doesn't seem so weird and like a fad or like almost like a stereotype that you're like, oh my gosh, you're like a hippie or something because you don't eat meat. And it's just not the case anymore, which is awesome. So don't feel like if you're trying to become vegan that, you know, your family are going to question. No, they might question you. But now that it's more mainstream, there'll probably be more success, like more acceptant to it now, which is really cool. I know when I first became vegan, I was questioned so much, and it wasn't even like in a mean way. It's just like, why? What are your reasons? Things like that. And I feel like now, like some of my friends are literally coming to me and saying, I just became vegetarian, all this stuff. And it's just so awesome to see that it's more widely accepted now, which is really, really, really cool. I also feel like in 2020 and even in 2019 and 2018 that there's been so much mainstream like documentaries and things like that. If you have not watched The Game Changers, please watch that on Netflix. It's a really good one. It just talks about all the scientific facts and theories that people have now about having a plant-based lifestyle and diet. It's really, really interesting. It just shows you that, you know, there's some actual facts to back up, you know, like it lowering your cholesterol and, you know, helping you fight cardiovascular diseases and things like that. And do not quote me. I am not a doctor. So please talk to your doctor before you do any kind of diet. Let me just put that disclaimer in there. But I feel like your diet is such a big part of your overall health. And these documentaries are just really hitting it on the nail about all these facts that are saying that plant-based dieting can help you with. I'm not going to quote any of these things because I do not want to mess anything up, but please go check out some of those documentaries. You can just Google it. I know one is The Game Changer, so please check that out. I think people are beginning to see the bigger picture. I know with me personally, when I became vegan, I discovered so many different things I can cook that I never cooked with before, learning different foods and cuisines and things like that. And it's just been so much fun to cook with vegetables and starches and all these different things that I really wasn't cooking with when I was having meat, because meat was such the centerpiece of what I was eating. So I didn't really, the sides and stuff like that were kind of a afterthought. It just really changes how you view food, and like it makes you get more creative, which is so awesome. And now there are so many resources and YouTubers and Pinterest and all that stuff that, like, if you really wanted to become plant-based, then it's super simple because it can be really, really fun. And I'm just going to say that. And it's easy. It doesn't have to be all these different random foods that you don't know anything about or how to spell out or even say it. It's just a really good thing. It's just so many resources out there and so much inspiration and stuff like that. I know when I was becoming vegan, I was watching so much content on YouTubers who were, you know, cooking vegan and living that vegan lifestyle. So I would definitely recommend doing that if you're deciding to become vegan in 2020, which I hope you are. I really do. That's it for me today, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Like I said, this is the first kind of video I've done this way. My channel is fairly new, so I'm just really trying out different types of videos and seeing which ones I like best. So if you enjoyed this video and you got value out of it, please give me a like and subscribe and comment, and just like let me know if you have any other ideas or comments about becoming vegan in 2020 and how awesome it can be. So with that, I will see you in the next video. I just realized I wasn't looking in my video finder. Oh my gosh, I have to retake everything. Notes. What am I trying to say?